Ladies and gentlemen, the following is scheduled for one fall. It is time for That Way Cool Wrestling Show! Hello, everybody. Welcome to That Way Cool Wrestling Show. This is Season 3. Season 3, guys.
They didn't kick us off yet?
They didn't kick us off yet. We are still pumping away that greatest wrestling show on the internet. My name's Danny J, along with Charles Gemini Gregory, Mad Mark Lindsay.
Hey now.
And filling in for a absentee.
Listen,
let's
just break the news right now. LeGrand is training to be a surprise entrant in this year's Royal Rumble in Philadelphia. So, LeGrand, we are all sticking behind you.
Behind you 100%.
You deserve it.
Rudy. But that's so stupid. But filling in for him, we as soon as I got the news that he couldn't be in here, like literally 20 seconds later, I already had his spot filled. Unfortunately for him, I didn't make him an feel bad. But we got in ACPW star Frankie Frizzo in the house.
I thought he was ring crew.
Wow.
Oh, hey, Frank.
Oh, good morning, everyone.
Love you, buddy.
You know what?
Love
if
you,
it
buddy.
wasn't for that star, we wouldn't have a ring to get into. So it's all good.
Good morning,
Frankie,
everyone.
Thank you. Welcome
Nice
to the
seeing you,
show.
Frankie. Been a long time.
Frankie's in
My
the
man
show.
Gemini.
Love you, bro.
I'm glad to be around you fellas.
Now, just to give you an idea about Frankie, we worked with Frankie a lot. Frankie Frizzo and ACPW ran in a mafia gimmick along with one Vinny Hoffa. Remember Vinny Hoffa, right? Now, a little funny story is, back when I was Way Cool Jr. and I was wrestling, and I was turn that phone off.
See, the one guy who said,
You know the kind of, everybody turn your phone off. He
and
made
it's
the
him.
announcement like he does something around here, right?
Remember, I can still fight.
Yeah,
That's all
you
I'm
know.
saying.
So,
Okay, Vito.
so
Our next Nick Dean.
oh, stupid. So we're in there, and I'm starting to team up with Vinny Hoffa, right? And then somewhere Vinny Hoffa talks to the promoter, and we'll keep his name out of it for right now. But Vinny Hoffa talks to the promoter, and he wants to do a mafia gimmick, which at that point was so overdone it was ridiculous. It was like playing Stairway to Heaven on the radio, right?
Correct.
But right. So he says to me, he comes to me, he says, "Listen, we're going to do," and he lived his gimmick. Did he not? Did Hoffa not live his gimmick?
Because he owned that one leather jacket.
Right.
He
had to make it
He wore
work.
out the ring, in the ring. It didn't matter.
He had to make it
wears
work.
Leather jackets, leather shoes, some ridiculous pants, and he couldn't say my name right in Italian. Forcenzo. He couldn't even say.
All right, and I'm going to get to that in just a second because there's a reason why. So he comes to me and he says, "Hey, we want you to join this mafia gimmick. Rather than us doing our tag team, let's do this mafia gimmick." I said, "Well, I got this Way Cool Jr. character. I've worked on it for a year now. I'm getting into it, and I want to stay with this character." "Oh, well, we can make you a made man," he says to me. I say to him, out of the three of us, I'm the only one that's Italian in this whole thing.
Good point.
Right? And I'm not playing an Italian on TV, okay? Hoffa's Polish, right? And Frank, I'm not even going to get into what you are, but you're not. But you know what I mean? But like,
I guess I should have played Russian then, huh?
you could have played a Russian. But thankfully, if you remember, they got, who was it?
You're finishing me.
Benoit.
Yeah. Brian Benoit.
Brian Benoit joined the mafia. Now,
Another stiff.
who
I like that kid, though.
he was a good
He
kid,
gave it his all.
He did.
but he didn't
did.
look like a made man. He didn't look like an unmade man. He looked like
Might as well throw a Red Viper in our
No, it looked like he worked for Geek Squad.
yes. Yeah, he should have
But
worked at Best
I did
Buy.
like that guy. He gave his heart every time.
He did follow directions.
So
Yes.
Brian
Now
Benoit filled the spot of
Years
Way
old.
Cool Jr. in that mafia gimmick. I just wanted to put that out there real quick. And one of my best matches that I had actually was against Hoffa, believe it or not. And I took a bump from Hoffa and Frizzo, which hurt my shoulder and put me out for like 6 months.
Dude, every time you wrestle, let's get it right. Vinny's here.
Let's call it.
Listen, every
Vinny's not
time you
here.
wrestle,
Jeez, way to salt Frizzo right off the bat. Wow.
Let's just stop it right there.
Frizzo is here. I'm sorry, Patrick. Every time you wrestled, you got hurt.
The Northern Ireland Italians. Right?
Every time you wrestled, you got hurt.
Yeah.
You get in the ring with me, one clothesline was took your head off by accident.
By accident, he says.
Yeah, well,
That's what they claim.
No, he's listen.
Meanwhile, I threw that ladder to everyone else and said the same thing. I told you, you felt wrong.
Hey. Remember what I used to tell you?
Yeah.
I'll bring it.
And you know what?
All right.
I'm gonna do like
The same
some.
thing.
I'm
I
gonna
sold
do
out
some
with Danny
photos
Cross
up on
up in North
Facebook
Jersey.
today too.
You
And
better
stuff like
not.
that. I'm totally gonna put some photos up on Facebook. Mark looks like the Amish warrior from ECW right now, doesn't he?
Amish Roadkill?
Yeah, doesn't he look like Roadkill, the Amish
No,
warrior?
he's a lot more heavy than Roadkill.
By the time this airs, it'll be a little bit dated. But this is the facial hair I had when the Eagles beat the Falcons. So I'm running with it the rest of the football series.
Yes.
So this
There you go.
show is airing in a couple days.
Yes.
Okay.
There you
So,
go.
so it's still be there.
So by the time this airs, we'll know if our season continues or not.
Oh,
but-
it's,
Yeah.
watch your mouth.
We'll see.
Watch your mouth.
All right. Well, today we're on
Hold
a
on, man.
schedule.
Watch your mouth, though. We're going to the Super Bowl. All right, go ahead.
Guys, it's season 3. Once again, we want to wish LeGrand all the best and well. He'll be back very, very soon.
Get well, Slaw.
Main eventing WrestleMania.
Yes. Just like I did. I challenged The Undertaker for his losing streak. I've never won at WrestleMania, so I have an advantage there. So, but so we're going to talk about today a lot of different stuff that happened. We're back in 2018. We had Wrestle Kingdom 12 that happened, which the big match was Chris Jericho versus Kenny Omega. Which, if you haven't seen it, you have to at least look at that match. The
Go
whole
out of your way and watch it. It was great.
Wrestle Kingdom 12 itself was great. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, from bell to bell, every match was
Every
good.
match.
Every match was good.
And the great thing about that, everyone worked real
Now,
tight.
I watched it on Access. I wasn't a screwball like the McIntyre brothers and watch it at 3 o'clock in the morning on a Wednesday going into Thursday. They invited me to do it, but I'm like, dude, I'm not 20 years old anymore.
Neither are they.
And I work.
But go ahead.
Right? I said, when you guys
breaking down the tape.
are sitting
That's what
down
they're doing. They're breaking down the tape.
you guys are making a popcorn and getting a beer out, and I'm over getting ready to go to work. Pretty much, right? You mean Charles know what that's like. So I watched it on Access TV, so I'm not sure if I missed anything. They might have edited some matches out, possibly.
both.
Was it,
They didn't.
Was because wasn't there something that they had at Wrestle Kingdom 12, which was a 4-way?
Yeah.
But was that
But
that
you-
wasn't on there? On
No,
Access
they
TV?
showed it. Well, you got that on. I watched that on YouTube. Had it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So definitely, if you get a chance to watch it, card to card, it opened up with Cody Rhodes.
Great match. I
Oh
thought
my
that,
God, what a
that
was
was one
the
of my
best
favorite
match.
matches. I thought it was.
I
And-
thought that was the best match.
And that move, the was it Crossroads off the apron, was
Yeah.
absolutely. It was just a great match, great energy. That was my favorite match. I'm not saying that Jericho and Omega was bad by any stretch, but
But they
that was my
opened
favorite
the
match.
show
Right,
with a
right.
blockbuster.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just if you are bored of wrestling in any way, shape, or form, you have to watch New Japan. My wife really stopped watching once WCW went down. All right, my wife was a big fan, just like I was. We used to go on the road trips and everything, right?
All right, now hold on, man. Let's get it. Your wife stopped watching when I retired. But go ahead.
Laying out the truth.
I mean,
That's because she had to find somebody else to take me out. That's why.
Wow.
But money only goes so far. So what happened was, you watch Wrestle Kingdom, and I had her sit down and watch it. Rob Cannon. We're in Cannon Entertainment Studios. He wanted me to tell you that right in the beginning, and I said I'll get to it.
So that was him
But
calling.
now it's him calling. Saying, "Hey, can you plug us?" So, but she sat there and watched it, and she sat there and literally said, "Holy shit! Look at what we're watching. This is crazy." Every match was like 25, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Quality matches. There wasn't a bad one.
And it had a story. Each match had a story to it.
Yeah.
It
That was a
did.
good thing.
And
that's
then-
what wrestling's missing.
And
now.
you know, I watch New Japan, so I'm familiar with their main stars that are coming out and stuff like that. So even if you're not, though, you just watch that. You're like, oh my God, look at this, look at that. They give their all. 110% is not enough for what they give. And the way they treat it, this is what wrestling was supposed to be.
Yes.
This is like, let's pick up after 1988. And we're going to take you out of time, and now we're going to continue it over here. They made it's like such competition. The sports entertainment side of it is almost non-existent. It really is. It's just wrestling, you know. Although the guy who was in Naito, who went against Okada, for the IWGP title.
Naito.
I made a comment. I said it's so funny. He's a Japanese guy and a Mexican gimmick because he comes out like Scarface.
That's right.
And then Okada looks like El Matador. Remember when Tito Santana was El Matador? I said, what is going on over here?
You know what I figure about Wrestling Kingdom I like the most? Remember how Joey Styles used to say, you call the match, the moves and all this? They don't do that anymore.
They're building up to a main event of
Yeah.
people that we don't care about.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And I watched that and I was like, yo, everything was tight. They
Very
worked
tight.
everything tight.
Yeah.
None of that come out that BS bullshit where you sell. If you didn't, you don't sell. That was the rule. Remember?
Yeah,
When I was
I
military.
remember.
Frank, look, if you don't touch me, I'm not selling.
Right.
So don't
Right.
get mad when
I
I
can't
switch it
sell it,
on
I
you.
can't sell it.
I can't sell it.
Well, it's like, if you go to the IWGP. Now, the funny thing was, like, everybody watched it for Jericho and Omega, which was a great match.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put it out there right now. I said, when they told me that was going to be on there, I said, I would have liked to have seen Jericho 15 years ago. Not now.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
But you know what?
And-
he slimmed
and-
down.
I didn't think he said
Yeah,
that.
I think he
chunked
did.
up.
No.
I thought he looked like
No,
me
his up
for a
his,
second.
Come on. Did you see? He's been working out though. I'm not just saying. You can tell he was.
Well,
was
he
training
does
before that.
DDP yoga.
For his
though.
age,
He-
he's keeping
Yeah,
his body.
he's up
But
there.
you're-
He's my age.
Your
Right,
age difference. He's
keeping it up there.
47, and Omega is 28.
28 years old.
And let me tell you something. If Omega did not earn everything in that match, that 47-year-old just gave it to him.
And the build up to the
Yeah,
match
I mean-
was great. The jumping in the press conference,
Yeah.
the afterwards. That's what wrestling was.
Right.
That's how wrestling should be. Like you said, 1988 WCW, NWA.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you hate to say it, but Vince and them need to take a look at that.
Well,
and start
Vince is
kinda-
trying now, and we'll get into it, but Vince now is trying to do WWF 1987.
No, not
88.
Vince. That's not saying it's Vince. You're wrong.
That might be age.
I don't think it's age. I think it's their style in general. They still make it so unbelievable. Their wrestling entertainment is so overboard that you don't believe anybody.
Well, that's
Or
why the
anything
only
like
thing they have is over now is Nexus,
you
know what I
watch
mean?
WWE and you can't see this is a podcast, but you watch it with a dumb grin on your face because you're waiting for the next time to laugh when you're watching it, and that's
you know,
not what
you know
wrestling
when the ending's
used to be.
coming.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe that's because we've been in the business, watched the business.
Right.
We can tell when there's going to be, oh, here goes the finish.
There goes
You know,
Right.
Wrestling
it's gonna go
Kingdom,
from the
man, I didn't know
get-go.
what was going on.
No,
Did you? I was like, oh.
and if you
kicked
go,
out
it's on
like this.
Access. Very easy. If it's on, it's on Access TV, which I think Access TV is great. By
It's
the way,
great.
they have. It's a great station. You can watch concerts on there. You know, so you can watch
They were
Leonard
there
Skinner.
originally. They were
you can watch-
HDNet. HDNet in 09, I think, started Ring of Honor, which turned me on. I mean, Ring of
Yeah.
Honor was based in our backyard.
Yeah.
And I never really went to a show.
Right.
And then when they announced that there was going to be a TV taping at the arena on HDNet, I'm like, HDNet? It was the Mark Cuban owned station.
Yeah.
And
I
since we
think
say
they're now
Ring,
Access.
since we say Ring of Honor, we gotta give a shout out to our boy Shaheem that's doing very well in Ring of Honor.
Yes, he is.
Good job.
Doing awesome, and if you make it,
Shaheem Ali.
and if you act like you don't know nobody, I'm punching in the face.
Yeah, 'cause
Go ahead.
just for the record, I teamed with Shaheem Ali.
I used to travel up and down the roads with Shaheem Ali. Great guy.
And let me tell you, I
He's got
love
a lot of
I
talent.
love working him, dude.
Him and I worked him. I think it was one of my funnest, greatest matches. Like fun. His mom was there. She passed away.
Yeah.
She was a great lady.
Yeah.
And I took him over to his mom, and I'm chopping him, and she goes, "Chop him again." And I'll never forget that because we're in the ring, and I'm trying my best not to. I was in tears. Because she was cheering, she's like, "Kick his ass." I'll never forget it. I was like,
And I'll
"Yes,
tell you that.
ma'am."
You know what? The thing about Shaheem too, real quick, is that like he's so much younger than me. Because what's he now?
He's
Might
30.
be in the early 30s.
He's like 32, 33.
32,
Yeah.
33.
And he left him and Lil Rob.
Yeah.
They were being trained, quote unquote, by, I can say it right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Chuck Williams,
Yeah.
trying to do them bullshit. I'll say racial gimmicks. I'll just leave it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when they came over to us and they were talking to us, I said, "Listen, you come work the shows, help set up the rings. You can train with us at the gym. Cool." Them dudes were there every day.
They were.
I knew from the beginning, both of them. I knew Lil Rob got out the business. He said he was tired. But when you looked at both of them, dude, they had major
You know why Lil Rob was
talents.
tired?
Yeah.
Because he got done.
Major.
I wasn't around.
I remember,
from the beat up.
Major. Like Shaheem,
Yeah.
I see them do stuff. I'm like, did he just do that? Like, did he just jump up? Oh, wow, damn.
Yeah.
Like this.
With
And he
one
had to
jump,
slow.
with one jump.
Yeah, he had to slow down when he worked me because I was like, man, you going too fast. I'm old. Right?
That's the thing. And you know what? That's the thing. Like, he was like, when I got in, I got into it late. And I'm working kids 10, 12 years younger than me.
Now I was working kids 22, 23 years younger than me. Shut up.
There's just our chest.
I wasn't in the same shape though as you.
I was round.
You know what I mean?
I would go in the back and he'd tell you, right?
Yeah,
I
but
go
you
in the
know
back and lay down.
Gemini didn't have no diabetes though, so
No.
No.
Who don't?
No.
Yeah, I did.
yeah.
Yeah, I've been diabetic
I'm
for
trying to
25
bust
years.
Dan's balls
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, I'm better now than I was 10 years ago. But
You guys are right.
but the thing was about Shaheem, though, I can tell you though,
Wait,
is
Cole
that
Jr. was missing an arm.
Shaheem was going. I know, right? How are they wheeling him out there? It's like the NWO all over again, WrestleMania. But the cool thing about Shaheem, if you look at it in hindsight, you take yourself out of the picture, right, and get like a God view. You're looking at Shaheem. This kid's going to go somewhere, right? He's taking this business for real, and he's going to go do something.
Correct.
You
And then
better keep your head if you listen to this, you little shit.
and then you take Way Cool Jr., who honestly
We have to.
Yeah, you have to.
Okay.
Because I have nowhere to go. Now, you take Way Cool Jr., who is living his dream for whatever time I have to do it in, right? And Shaheem, when I would work him, not only was he just great to work with, but I'd be like, yo, I want to try something. And he'd be like, willing to, yeah, whatever, do whatever. And like, I would try all kinds of different things, and I would do all kinds of different moves, and he would sell it for me and stuff like that and show me how to, and I learned from this kid a lot. And
So what you're trying to say was he was
was a great kid.
pinnacle worker,
he was a pinnacle
making
worker.
you look good.
He made me look good.
He
He was a Dolph Ziggler.
I knew you was gonna say that.
Wow.
I knew he was gonna say that.
He was a black Dolph Ziggler. That's what he was.
Well,
There you go.
I gotta say one thing. When it was me, Shaheem, Rob, Slot, and Corpse, every night, Monday through Friday, we were down in Chester County, or I'm sorry, Delaware County, and we were training every night. Every night. Me and Slot has run drills,
Yeah.
has practice moves. He was, teaches how to be a professional outside the ring, inside the ring,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what it's about. It's about not being a superstar in that locker room. You think you're better than somebody, and you're going to be quick to find out. You got no stand. You got.
You know what?
That's why there's certain guys I won't work with.
Well, in this business, I mean, there are guys that are, when you say better, their physical capabilities are. But when you come right down to it, a lot of guys don't want to hear it. We're all in the same boat. We're all in the same family.
Right.
It's all about the show, getting the show over so we make the money.
Right.
You got some guys that believe that their shit don't stink.
Right.
I mean, they may go to the top, but to me, I look at them as like, you don't mean nothing to me.
Right.
That guy that sat there, like for instance, I'll use the Brooklyn Brawler, dudes
Yeah.
like that,
Mm-hmm.
who day in, day out made everyone shine, did this, did that. Those guys are the guys, to me, that's what I'm saying to me, that help the business.
Right.
They put these guys over. Wrestling, what we know, is a work. Okay?
Right.
You got guys running around think they were super tough. Dude, outside, I beat the shit out of you,
Yeah.
And some guys still, to this day, do not understand that. They try to live
No.
their gimmick. You can't live your gimmick.
No, you can't live your
You
gimmick.
can't live your gimmick.
I'll tell you this on a final note about Shaheem.
Because
Mullane.
wait a minute, just get back. Way Cool Jr.
Yeah.
Right.
There's nothing cool about this motherfucker. All right? Oh, hey, Dan. Hey, buddy. Look, here he goes. Ready?
Oh, yeah.
The funny thing
Now you
is,
pissed
Way
them
Cool
off.
Jr., if you were outside looking in, they would be like, why is this Way Cool Jr. guy in everything? Like, what is it about him? I don't remember him wrestling.
He bought the pizza.
He was the payday.
The difference is, I did a lot more behind the scenes than I did in front of the camera, and that's really what it was.
You know,
That's-
absolutely. And
that's- yeah.
I can say that.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
rewriting shows.
Yeah.
And Frank, he'll remember.
Mm-hmm.
We get there, certain people ain't showing up. We'd be in the back room,
Yeah.
and we got to rewrite a whole show in an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
give
know.
it a plot, give it a direction. Man, you be sitting there like I would have everything written out. I remember the week before,
Yeah,
have
yeah.
everything done. Stay up at night, and all of a sudden we're all sitting in the back room brainstorming, which I still, to this day, I don't know if I ever told you guys, I appreciated it. It was great. We somehow got it done.
Yeah.
Nowadays I know ACPW is up and running. Good luck.
Don't get into it yet.
Good luck. I'm just make sure y'all get your money. But besides that, I mean, we would brainstorm and then go out there and have to tell everybody what we were doing and what direction. And then I really had to sit there, all of us. We got to watch this. We got to watch this. We got to watch this,
Right.
and which we did. You know, and that's what made it work. We worked as a team. You know, Slot be out there yelling at everybody. It used to be great. And then if you got smart with me, I had my partner Kwame. If I didn't beat you up, I'm like, Kwame, get
That's
him.
enough said.
Yeah.
That's enough said right there.
Remember? Kwame, he got to go. Yeah.
But I was going to say, with Shaheem, if you ever want to see the difference between a really good worker and then someone who was going out of it, look up on YouTube Waco Jr. and Shaheem versus the Casket City Saints.
Oh, yeah.
In the first 10 seconds, they're coming out. Shaheem, the Casket City Saints come walk into the ring, right? Shaheem does this leap over the top rope like a swan dive, right? My ass is climbing out the side like I just robbed your house, you know, going real slow. I'm walking around the side. I said, I ain't jumping anywhere.
I still remember I shot him into the rope.
Mm-hmm.
He slides under, so I'm supposed to give him a splash. I missed the splash. I don't know. I look up. One hop, he's on the top rope with a flying cross body.
That's it.
And I'm laying there. I'm like, damn, this is going to be a long match, right? Like this. And we're sitting there laughing, though. You know, but like I said, enough of you, Shaheem. We gave you a little props. Good luck.
That's it.
Look,
good luck
luck.
to you.
Good luck.
To you.
Good luck, like I said. And if you ever make it big, you act like you don't know me, I'm going to beat you up for real.
Yeah, and I hope you get your cell phone fixed because I was.
Trying to call
I
him?
was trying. I was talking. To him, I said, "Yeah, do me a favor, send a promo. We'll put you on the show." Oh, well, my cell phone is broken. I don't.
Come on, you know the Metro phones don't work.
Wow.
Man, I thought that ROH payday. Wait, that's a little bit more
You got
upgrade.
that with it.
But let's get back to Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah,
Joe.
yeah.
We're gonna get back to Wrestle Kingdom. Let me quick break because we're trying to catch up real quick.
Yeah, the man that pays the bills.
Man that pays the bills. So we're gonna be right back right after this.
Since 1974, Cannon Entertainment has been serving the tri-state area, providing professional musical entertainment to thousands of our customers. Cannon Entertainment doesn't just play music, we are professional musical entertainers. We have personality, talent, and each DJ has a minimum of 7 years experience. We are especially trained for events like the one you're planning. We will customize your event to make it everything you want, and we'll give you our many years of experience to make it even more. Don't gamble with your affair. Be sure to choose the best. Cannon Entertainment. Check us out on the web at cannonentertainment.com. Call us now.
That's right. You want to call them at 610-449-8908. Book your private or public event today. Members of that Way Cool Wrestling Show get a $5 discount. Look at that. See that? $5 off your
$5.
$5 off your
$5.
your event.
Is it $5 for just one wing?
$5. One wing for a dime. Hey, everybody. Hey. So we're in here. We're in Cannon Entertainment Studios. It's That Way Cool Wrestling Show Season 3. And LeGrand is not here, but I hopefully LeGrand will be listening to this. I just want to say real quick, because I've sent it on social media a lot and stuff like that too. This show, before Season 1 even happened, took 2 years to come into play. You know, I was doing a lot of pre-production and stuff, figuring out how the show was going to happen. Our Season 1 was done in video format, which we're very proud of what we did video-wise. Hats off to Chris Johnson.
Thank you, Chris.
Chris Johnson just
Congratulations.
had a baby Benji Johnson.
Congratulations, Chris. We miss you.
Yeah, we do miss you there.
You made me look good.
You made him look very good.
Hard to do.
You know. Well, luckily we had seat props, so we can prop ourselves up. Remember that from Season 1.
But you had a telephone book.
But yes. Well, nobody else is using them, so why not? You know. But no, with the amount of people, like who was going to be on the show and what was going to happen, we had people. You remember, we had people that didn't show up the day of the first taping, and we had a completely different, format. We had a completely different venue that fell through, and then Cannon Entertainment Studios came into play then as well.
All those people that didn't show up are now trying to call us now.
And they're trying to get on the show.
No, thank you.
They're getting dial tones. They're getting dial tones.
Dial tones.
But that's what happens when you're a superstar. That's okay. I digress. But my thing is, from Mark Lindsay, Charles Gregory, LeGrand Jackson, and obviously the guys that have come into play that want to do on the show, like Frankie and Johnny and Angus and everybody. Marty. You guys are brothers to me, and I was, our wrestling family is a family, and I treat it as such. And I always tell these guys, this is not my show, this is our show. You know, I do most of the work, but this is our show, and he's looking at me like different. Whatever. Other than
It seems
finding out.
sad because he does all the work, but people listen for Gemini and I. So
Thank you, Mark. There you go.
But I'm like, I am
There you
the
go.
advocate. I'm like Paul Heyman.
What? No, he didn't.
Wow.
Wow.
I am the advocate.
He's put himself
for-
over there.
Wow, isn't he?
Jeez.
You know.
So that was Gemini's job to put
I'm
people
like the
over.
Paul. I'm the
Thank you. Thank you.
I said,
I made shit shine too. Remember that? No. All
you
right.
said you're a good job. No, but anyway, but thank you guys. And LeGrand, you're out there in LeGrand land. Thank you as well. You guys.
To my man LeGrand, I just say boogity boogity.
Boogity boogity, man.
He'll know what it means.
We sent the Double Dutch Bus tape over to the WWE studios,
Studios.
so this way you'll be ready for your entrance at the Royal Rumble.
And you're going in as number 2, so
Yeah.
be ready.
But it's all right though, because that's the women's Royal Rumble, so you'll be fine. Okay.
You might like that
We're
part.
going to talk about that in a little bit too.
'cause
But
Bailey-
getting back to Wrestle
Hold
Kingdom.
on, man. Bailey can throw me right anytime she want. That fat ass.
You know, I
I'm
don't,
sorry.
and I'll tell you that, and I said this on social media too. I do not like her at all. Like, I don't like her as a worker. I don't like her on the mic. But then I was looking at her, I said, man, that girl's got an ass. Oh my God. It's like, she's just
Listen,
got a
man.
great body.
Listen,
I don't want to sound sexist.
Don't be
on here,
talking
but-
about the future of Miss Gemini like that.
I'll tell you. Well, my future ex-wife, which is Oscar, the reason why
Watch
she's,
your mouth.
the reason
You
why
could-
she's my
listen.
future ex-wife because she can't sign the papers yet. She don't speak English. I don't know what I'm
Yeah,
talking
plus,
about.
I don't know. Oscar versus Neen, dog. Oscar don't stand a chance.
What?
Your wife will whoop her ass. Let's be honest.
She would say she would.
No, your wife will whoop her ass. Your wife whoops your ass. You got an ass to come do your show.
My wife. What? You got Mark Lindsay next to you, who's getting texts about when are you done with this nerd shit that you're doing, right? From his wife.
we're nerds. I mean, I keep it
I mean,
real.
since we're all talking about
Right.
this,
I'm a second level loser over here.
I'm just saying, somebody around here got married to a fantastic worker.
I did.
No worker by the name Monique.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
2 beautiful children.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And when he don't do the dishes, somebody say he still gets like suplexed. That's all I'm hearing right now.
And they're stiff too.
And they're still.
And they're stiff. If I don't get one of those dishes.
That's a great relationship. You know what I mean? Like, that's like, if I was
That's
ever
like
going to
a-
like redo myself, like to have like someone like that can beat me up afterwards. How hot is that? I'm sorry.
Sometimes it's pleasurable, but sometimes it's really painful.
It's very
You know?
painful.
I told you to put the trash out.
I still remember one time the guys were going out. He said, "I gotta ask." I was like, "Damn."
Yeah, I got permission slips.
Yeah, you
and all
got.
that.
Yeah.
You know, the fine thing was.
Hi, Modo.
Frankie-
You got beautiful kids, girl. You got beautiful
Frankie
kids.
came out with me and LeGrand one night. We were hanging out, and he was like, "I'm so glad to get out. I made sure I could, and I asked, and you know, he got permission. It was
I had to
nice.
go through a bunch of red tape to come out that night. Jeez.
And he said, "Don't say I'm here or there. I just only said these things." It was good. But anyway, back to Wrestle Kingdom. Wrestle Kingdom was great. I can't say enough in words about it. You have to watch it.
You really do. The whole plot of the whole show.
The whole show. I mean,
whole
if you
show.
watch, if you're going to sit there and say, I only want to watch one match, then watch Jericho versus Omega.
No Rhodes.
Well, Rhodes' match was great. I mean, it really was, and it probably was the benchmark of the night. But every match on that card was great. Even the IWGP title match was off the hook, man. And I didn't think Okada was going to pull that out.
So many false falls. It was
And-
unpredictable.
And you know what? Though,
That's,
you know,
and that's what you need. You know
at
what I mean?
the
To
towards
keep the
the
people
end,
excited.
Yeah, exactly. It's not about a fight. It's about you're trying to win the contest, and you're just trying
and you
to
know
beat your
what?
opponent. You're telling
Towards
a
the
story.
towards the end,
Exactly.
they were
You know what I
doing
mean?
they were throwing forearms at each other. This was like 30 minutes in, and like it was like barely able to touch each other. And I'm like, that shit is real right there. These guys are spent. That they put their all into
Well,
this
it's like
match.
Gemini said, keeping everything tight. It makes everything look good. You know what I mean? Like these guys today, like
Nowadays.
I checked in 5 minutes and I'm out.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? There's only one guy I check in, and that's Drew Gulak, because I grew up with the guy.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm out.
Okay. So now I'm going to move into, because we're really running out of time because we ran late today.
And Drew, we're giving you a shout out too.
Yes.
Rick Swan.
Racing?
Yeah. There you go.
Well,
If he's not in jail.
right, he's working the criminal
Hey,
clinic right now.
hey, everybody makes mistakes.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, Uso got jammed up.
That's
Yeah,
right,
yeah, you
yep.
did.
Okay, so we'll let it go. Everybody.
Kwame did when he joined the Crash crew.
Everybody.
You don't mention that name.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, if they come back from it, more power to them.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. We support you 100%.
And matter of fact, I
100%.
worked that guy on his first ever wrestling match, Rick Swan.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and he was nervous. He was a little nervous. We was at I don't really want to say this name either. PWU, and yeah,
Look at it, I'm not here.
yeah.
Security right here.
I work there. It's PWE
You know what,
security.
PW was, I mean, I did their shows. That was a great place to go.
Yeah,
you were
it
at the
was- it
arena.
was the
We had a
arena,
good time.
right.
We had a good time.
It was
Especially when I
goosebumps.
beat the hell out of security, but
That was my favorite part. I sold for you like nobody's business.
yes, you did.
But now, moving across the lake, I just want to recap a little bit here. Well, one, we're still waiting on some NWA stuff.
Okay.
So there really isn't anything new. The funny thing about it was, I was thinking about this today. Now, as of late 17, Nick Andreas, aka otherwise known as Magnus, is now the new NWA World Heavyweight Champion. He beat Tim Storm for the title. Which I think, once again, it goes back to when we said the 10 pounds of gold, is somebody worthy to wear that? And I think Nick Andreas is someone that is worthy of wearing that title. There were some guys that wore it, and I was like, I don't know if I can get behind this guy or that guy. But Nick Andreas, I can. I think he's.
I like
work-wise,
Storm,
I think
too.
He's great. Storm is great.
I love Storm.
I honestly almost feel bad that going into where we're going to really see heavy production of NWA, that you're not seeing Storm as the champion.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how much more of a run he has based on his age, because he's around 55.
I know.
So, but he looks better than I do at 43.
I think they
You
could
know.
use him in spots for a couple more years.
Yeah, I mean, I
That's
think he
as long
still
as
has
he keeps
more.
himself up, yeah.
I think he has more. And I think their schedule, obviously, not like the WWE.
Yeah.
He's going to be fine. But I'm looking forward to some NWA stuff, which should be coming up in a few months. Not for anything. Then the other thing is, on the other side of the fence, you go over to Impact. They have a few people moving over to NXT. We got James Storm. I don't know if he's officially going to NXT, but he's moving over to WWE. Lashley is reported to be going.
EC3.
EC3.
EC3, I'm sorry.
Well, I think he's no. I think he made.
You're-
I think
no.
he made himself over on Impact,
Dude, he's
and
too-
now he's got something to
No,
work
he's
with.
too robotic.
They did the same
Right.
thing with
He-
Drew Galloway.
He's so robotic.
Or
I
what
just
was-
think they did it.
What's
with
Drew?
whatever
Drew
it was.
McIntyre? Is it over on WWE side? But
Didn't they lose, what's her name also? Impact. Oh my, just went
well,
blank.
Rosemary is
Rosemary.
supposedly supposed to go. I mean, she's still on the
And then the
team,
one that
but,
did the other gimmick, oh my god, did the crazy.
yeah, she's supposed to be going too.
Yeah, I can't remember. I'm sorry, guys, I just went blank.
She's the champion right now on
Yeah.
TV, which is oh god,
What is her? I'm sorry,
yeah, the blonde.
but yeah,
She's
she
good.
she's good.
Really, she's entertaining to watch.
And if they, I
She's
wish they
really hot.
I hope they let
She's
her
like-
keep the gimmick.
Yeah, I hope she
Yeah.
does too.
Impact does. Impact. That's the whole thing with Ed Norholm. They'll let you keep the gimmick now.
Oh,
That's why-
they do?
that's
Is
why-
that reported?
Yeah,
Right?
Matter of
that's
fact,
true.
I was watching one time. My man Chris Masters still has his Chris Masters wrestling boots.
Yeah, no,
Right?
doesn't he?
And he
Yeah.
has like a totally different name.
Yeah.
on the
Oh, it's
show.
Chris
I almost-
Adonis. Yeah, it's Chris
Right,
Adonis
and he has
now,
Chris
yeah.
Masters wrestling boots on from WWE.
Does he don't make that much money? No boots is like $800.
No,
Yeah.
no.
But the tapings, and this is what we always said about TNA, even from back in the day, because they tape so much, and they let their social media out before the shows are watched.
Stupid.
There's a lot of spoilers that are out there, and I'm not spoiling anything because the shit's out there on Facebook, up, down, left, and right. Apparently, and I haven't seen it yet, but our man Austin Aries is the world champion.
Yeah.
He beat Eli Drake for the title. He's also has 4 other world championships.
didn't know that.
Right now he has 4 world championships along the Indies, including the Impact Global title.
So he's making money.
So he's making,
Yeah,
well, you know what it was? And I said there was like,
He's making
is this like a
bread since he
slap
left.
to the face of the WWE and say, look, everybody else was able to do something with me and you're not?
No,
But,
the problem with him
No,
was,
it was WrestleMania. It was that pre-show that he didn't get money against
Yeah.
Neville. That was
no,
a
but you
big
know
deal.
what? The whole thing about Austin
That's a
Aries,
huge deal, right.
He is a fantastic worker, but when it comes down to it, he wants to be in the heavyweight division, and he is a smaller man. That's he can
he's
work.
smaller than Benoit.
He can
Balor,
work.
Balor's
He's smaller
in
than
Yeah,
that-
but Balor, when you're
Ben-
just saying that, but when you go by height, Balor's still tall.
He's about 6'2",
He's like
right?
6'2". Aries is what, 5'6"?
I don't know.
If you go back,
Maybe.
the small guy
And
back in
him
the
working
day
at
was...
cruiserweight really doesn't help because Balor's
Right.
working more. He's not in that 205 live.
No, he got height.
Right,
Yeah,
he got
he
height.
makes. He's
And when you
big.
go back to the day, like Chris Benoit was the small guy in WCW. Remember, that's what
But
the
when
big
he
boys played.
worked it,
But he was 5'10".
Yeah, but when, it doesn't matter. When
He
he
was
worked
taller than me.
he worked as a small man with technique. Remember?
Right.
And he wasn't gonna. He could brawl with you to a point,
Well, the
but he
thing-
always took you off
Right,
your
right.
feet.
He would break,
I mean?
You know what,
break
though?
it down.
He used-
Psychology.
Psychology.
Well, and here's the thing about Benoit though too. Benoit's
He was so
character,
intense. I love
he
that
was
guy.
so intense that it was like it literally was like a wild animal
Yes.
getting unleashed, like a pit bull
You loved
going
him.
after you. So it really worked for him. And I said I always used him as my example, saying, well, Benoit was able to take out big guys. Why can't I? You know, because we used to go back and forth about that. And you're like, well, you're not Benoit. Oh, well, I said I understand.
Even a person, you know, it made a difference because you had a lot of small guys. You had Taz, right?
Yeah,
Taz
yeah,
was
yeah.
small, but Taz was thick. But
Right.
still,
Taz was thick,
But
right.
still, you seen him as a smaller.
God.
That's
guy.
the thing. Aries is proportionate. To
He's
his
very,
size.
but he's in shape.
Oh yeah.
But like the problem, like I said, he wanted to be. I think this is me. He wanted to be up there, you know, with the Bray Wyatts and them, and he didn't have the size.
No.
You know.
And you know what the sad thing is though? But he has more capability.
Oh, he got more
than
talent.
Most
He got
guys.
more talent. Listen, if you ever listen, you got more talent in your toe than some of these guys that they're pushing.
Right.
I ain't
Which
gonna
is
say
why
nothing.
he can actually
I ain't gonna say
say,
nothing, Courtney.
hey, you know, so he has a reason to want to do that. You know what I mean? It's not like he's just being like Napoleon complex.
No.
He has the reason to do it.
He has the talent.
So that
He worked at
with
his
that
craft.
being said, like he's doing that. We got some guys going over to Impact. Impact is working heavily to try and get a New Japan Pro Wrestling relationship. What's his name? Callis. Cyrus
Cyrus.
Survivor.
Don Callis. Yeah, it should
Simon
have been
Callis.
5 years ago when they actually Impact mattered. But
mattered.
go ahead.
You know.
But you
And,
know, the real surprise, I really was surprised.
I love
at.
how Mark
I
plays
really
the heel in
was.
this whole thing.
Dude,
No,
I'm
but-
so frustrated with this.
Mark, I really have to admit, the whole Lashley thing, he should have went 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him going now, he's still in phenomenal shape. But what are you going to do with him now? Even
Well,
if you
I have an idea.
If
We're
you take
gonna
him to
get
the
into
main
this in a
stage,
second.
oh,
I have a
okay.
feeling what's
You're
going
gonna
to.
bring
I have a
Brock's
feeling what's going to
attention,
happen
I mean.
because we're going to get into predictions in just a second because we're going to be.
Oh, I
wrapping
think
this up.
absolutely he's going to be in the Rumble.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But and we're going to get into that. I'm going to tell you exactly what I think.
Apparently, his contract doesn't expire until February 1st, so he cannot appear at the Rumble.
Oh, really?
Yes. So let's just go right into
Well,
our
then
Rumble
you just blew him
prediction.
up the rest of my show. Let's end it now. No, no, but
You know what, though?
But Impact
for,
and-
for a small fine that he would have to take,
He or Vince?
Vince
I
can
think-
take it.
I think they would take that.
Vince can afford it.
Right, Vince is.
Throw a
Vince
guy
won
a cracker.
Because he'd be a
soda.
huge pop.
Yes.
that. Yeah, you
Yeah.
say him for Brock.
But the thing is, though,
Yeah.
I mean?
with Impact, they're doing this whole like we're showcasing the indies thing, which is I think different. They're going back to a 4-sided ring again.
I hate that ring.
What the 6-side?
No, I'm joking.
Which one do you
I
like?
hate the 6-sided ring.
You hate the 6-sided ring?
Because they be thumb like, what the hell was
Right.
that?
I think you find guys that come into Impact and they don't know how to work it.
No.
Because they're not
That's
used to it.
more-
That's
that's more
true.
like I see it,
That's
more
true. Because it
Luther.
was the gimmick to,
Yeah.
to let you
I mean,
watch
keep
it,
it
but the
there.
guys that never worked there have trouble running it. You
Yeah.
can tell.
Running the ropes in general throws you off.
Yeah. Let alone your step, and you got to like step to the left now.
But
and
you
to
know
the
what?
right.
Hold on. You know, I got Mark here right now. You're right, Mark. Brock Lashley. Wait a minute. Prediction here. Just keep it here. Under Paul Heyman.
I think that would be great.
It would,
They
it
would
be 'cause
run-
Lashley can't talk for shit.
He can't talk for shit, but I'm just letting everyone know when he comes
But he can
back.
talk more than
when he
than
comes back,
Lesnar.
he's going to get his push.
Yeah.
Is Joe.
But here's
Samoa
the deal.
Joe.
But here's the deal, though. So they're doing it. I'm glad that OVE is
Come
not
on,
tag
already.
champs. I don't know if you're watching that. The OVE dropped the titles to LAX.
Nobody watches it but you, Dan. Let's move on.
Well, shut up. I watch it.
He watches it too, and I can't stand OVE. Am I the only guy that does not like Sami Callihan? Everybody on the indies loves Sami Callihan.
You know why I like Sami Callihan?
I
'Cause
don't
I've
like him
worked
at
with
all. Maybe I
I've
know.
worked with him.
Yeah.
He's a cool dude.
I'm sure he is. I'm sure a
Yeah.
lot of people I
I've
don't
worked
like
with
are
him.
cool dudes.
I've
but
done shows on him. He did a couple PWU shows. Who else would he do?
Maybe it's a gimmick.
ROH.
Oh,
Maybe-
there was
maybe it's the
another one we
gimmick.
did. Yeah, but he did.
Because OVE I can't stand. OVE I cannot stand them. And maybe putting them with him, he's guilty by association. Maybe I don't like them at all. I was cheering first of all, this LAX is the best version of LAX that I've
Absolutely.
seen by far.
By far. I love it.
You know, they're just great, and
Who's in it?
it's
No, you don't answer. It's fine.
But you know what?
they're great.
I'm telling Homicide when I see him too.
They're great, and
That's too nice.
but they're doing a lot of great stuff with Impact and stuff like that, and they're still pushing forward with different things. They're making progress with their with their listen. You don't even know what's happening in the studio. Mark is really cheesing up the heel gimmick from 1989 right now.
It's falling asleep over
But
here.
Yep.
but Impact is doing what they're doing. But I think Impact got hit hard by the loss of these guys, James Storm. Well, James Storm they weren't really doing anything with, but James Storm is a great worker to have.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
They got to let these guys. Keep
and Mark
their
and I were
gimmicks.
saying it's not going to happen right away, but just put them on SmackDown and let
Can
them
you imagine?
run.
No.
No, Rude has to be on his
right.
own.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
wait a
with
minute.
you.
I'm gonna say James Storm. This is me. I would take him and what's his name, Elias.
That
There
would work.
there
That
you
could
go.
work.
That would be
That would
phenomenal.
work.
Yeah.
That would work.
Yeah.
James
It'd be
walked with
phenomenal.
Elias, or
Yeah.
Yeah, that would work.
You know?
maybe they have a rival.
No, because they both have that look that you could work that together.
To a tag.
You could do like
Yeah.
you almost got like
Well, I liked him with
the
Gunner
cowboy
too.
thing with both of them.
Right.
Yeah, but the thing is, you like him with Gunner, but if you look at Elias and him,
Yeah.
they had that similar.
Yeah.
it'd be phenomenal.
Elias should be the next Intercontinental.
Yeah, so WWE, I should be right team.
Okay.
Elias is
Yeah.
over.
He's
Oh,
over.
I
And
walked.
they
with
didn't.
him.
I don't think they expected him to be over.
No.
No.
And he's
And,
over.
and that's why he's not wrestling too much.
All right, but real quick, because we're running low, we got Royal Rumble coming up. By the time this airs, it's going to be like a week away.
Predictions.
Predictions. Now we got the first ever women's Royal Rumble,
Prediction.
and we have the regular Royal Rumble match, and we also have the big match is the
Triple threat?
the triple threat for the Universal title. So
Give me a prediction.
all right, so women's,
Women's.
it's not going to be Asuka. I think it's too obvious. I want it to be
Naomi. I'm
Asuka.
gonna go Naomi.
Naomi.
Surprise.
All right.
I'd like one of the newer talents to do it. I'd say maybe Ruby Riott.
Nope. All right.
You
gonna go
think?
with this.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with mine now, right?
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I'm going with Nia Jax, and there's a reason.
Well, of course.
No, there's
Alexa.
No, but the reason I'm saying that,
Right.
She's been getting this push, semi-push, push, semi-push. Now when she comes out, she gets a pop. If you notice,
Yes.
she's getting a pop.
Right.
I think they'll let her do that little run. Plus, like I said, she's Rock's cousin.
Right.
But I'm gonna go.
But is she too obvious?
No, she's not.
Because that's why I'm not saying Asuka.
She's been
I
putting,
think Asuka was
she's
just
been
an
putting
obvious
people over.
contender.
Her and Asuka last week, they got it on.
Yeah.
Oh, she was beating the hell out of Asuka. I was like, go ahead, girl, with your big self. I'm just saying, but she can
work.
But
if you notice, though,
she's
my-
gotten a lot. She's worked at it. She's gotten a lot better.
My daughter
got a
watches
lot
that
more
crappy show Total Divas.
Oh, I hate that shit.
I hate it so, and she
What?
makes me watch that Total Divas.
Divas.
What?
And she got real endearing on that show in one episode where because she's trying to find a man and she's very nerdy and she's very like self-conscious.
610. Oh, sorry.
So that's so. I mean, I don't know. I think one like the Riot Squad, like saying Ruby Riott might be a good
Well, I
option.
think
Now that Paige is out,
Paige would have been my choice, but
She's
She's
out.
out.
it's so unfortunate that her career's over, and that's it's so sad because she. Think
Well,
about
what
what
was
she
the-
went
what
through
was the
last
injury, though?
year. She had the injury.
Well,
then
she had a
the incident
stinger.
with
A
Alberto
stinger.
Del Rio.
but
She worked
yeah, but
through
something
that.
happened
She
with
got
her
back,
neck. I
and
think she hurt
it's
something
so
from
sad.
before. She was out before with the same injury, right?
Yeah, neck.
Yeah.
But she's dumb.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate, because now they're going to have to fill that spot or have her just as a manager. The other thing is,
What about the men? Are we doing
the men. Yes,
men.
the men. My prediction was before he deflated the sales in this thing with the contract, but my prediction was that Bobby Lashley's going to be a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble. He's going to win it. Lesnar is going to win the triple threat, and we're going to have Bobby Lashley versus Lesnar at WrestleMania
Roman Reigns.
because it's going to be MMA versus MMA.
Okay.
Roman Reigns.
I'm
versus
going.
Lesnar.
I'm going with Finn Balor because he never lost it, and then that's when he brings back the Demon. The Demon comes back and defeats Brock Lesnar later on.
And you know what?
for the
They had
Universal
trouble. A
Championship.
lot of people
I
said.
love it.
A lot of people said like
saying,
how they
I'm
going to
just saying.
transition from Balor to Lesnar because of the size difference.
If Balor,
That's a good idea.
if Balor comes in, they jump him, lay him out, blah blah blah. I need help in his mind.
Right.
All right. You still have the Balor Club. Everyone's going to be thinking that crap, right? Listen, WWE, I should be right team. He comes out. His alter ego is the Demon. The Demon can go against Brock Lesnar because everyone sees that as
Right.
that build up that the Demon is superhuman. So I mean, Rock could be throwing him around 90% of the match, but the Demon comes out and wins.
Right.
It's the Demon. He hasn't lost with the Demon yet. Remember that.
No, he hasn't.
I think Brock's going a little too long with the title right now. I hate to say it. I
Long,
love
and he
him.
doesn't
He's
even
got
show
this.
up.
He's
Yeah.
got this Undertaker schedule.
Yeah.
it's horrible.
It is horrible.
Yeah, but Undertaker had
Well,
that schedule
I said
because
the
he was
other
old and
I
he
don't
did
know if
his
you
time.
saw on Facebook, I said the other day, I was watching, I said, I watched this whole show and I completely forgot that there was even a Universal Champion.
Well, they kind of did that. You ever notice that? Like SmackDown, AJ and them are on everything.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And which I understand.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a smaller show.
Yeah, but you know what? It's still so much better. But
I'm going to say this.
Boring, though.
I
I'm finding
appreciate-
SmackDown being boring.
You think
now.
so?
Yeah.
I appreciate what
And I think it's
Dan
the people
and-
on it.
yeah, but no, I think, wait a minute, I don't want to cut you
You
off.
got-
Mark.
yeah,
I think they
okay.
did it on purpose. They're trying to downscale because it was just destroying Raw.
I think it
Raw
was.
is the flagship.
I know.
SmackDown was kicking their ass.
Well, bottom line, there should have never been a Universal Champion. It should have just been a
No.
Raw World Champion or SmackDown Live World
should
Champion.
brought back the old
They always make
traditional
SmackDown
Yeah.
the,
You know what I
the
mean?
stepchild, and it's a pain in the ass
Yeah.
with that.
Now,
Which is why
my-
NXT is better.
My prediction is, like, I think Orton has won it, 2-3 times now, the Royal Rumble match. Is that going to be his legacy to push him against, having him switch over from SmackDown to face Braun Strowman and put that for a world title match?
I'm,
You know, what I mean?
you know, the
I
problem
see
with Braun
that.
Strowman is,
It's better than what they're doing. What they're going to do.
yeah, Braun Strowman, he can move.
Right.
The funny
Well, he's
thing was,
horrible on the
the
mic.
funny thing was
yeah.
though, there was a meme I put up the other day. It was they said WrestleMania match confirmed: Braun Strowman versus Optimus Prime, because he always constantly is beating up trucks and stuff. I said that's the perfect one.
Yeah, wait a minute. He flips over a truck, but he couldn't pick up coal. Did anyone notice that? Was that just me?
Yeah.
Right,
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, no, I was still baffled by the fact that there was a grappling hook backstage at Raw when he pulled the trestle down.
They need to take.
far to
I hate
do.
to say it, Braun Strowman with someone like Heyman teaching him,
Yeah.
Right.
he could learn to be incredible.
Right, and he wouldn't even have to use the mic.
Yeah,
Strowman could
just keep
I mean,
him away from the mic. And I
Right.
wish he stopped coming out with that shit. Listen, you're a big man, you're mean, you're intimidating. Just come out and beat people up.
Right.
That's all you got to do.
Right, like he did
You
at
know?
James
Well,
Ellsworth.
I don't like. If
Yeah.
you want to give about entrances, they need to upscale Joe's entrance.
I love Joe's entrance.
That song, it sounds like
It's
it
so
sounds like a
basic.
cartoon.
No, it's so
Burn,
basic.
burn.
No, it's
burn.
I forget the name of the song. That's on a rap song that came off of.
Is it?
Yeah. I like Joe's entrance. He comes out playing like he's in the indie still, which I just don't like his tights, but
Yeah.
you know, and just let him go.
Yeah.
Joe does his thing, dude.
I think
I
Joe,
love that the
Joe
ideal-
need to book better.
I love the idea that a guy we used to be at the shows with,
Yeah.
paid his dues, traveled all over the world.
Yeah.
They didn't think he was going to be that big. Remember when he came out, they were chanting Joe.
Yeah. Yeah.
They knew who Samoa
Yeah.
Joe was.
Right.
That's the people, I hate to say, I say it all the time, that deserve it. You got some of these guys, like I said, they bring in the WWE in their little school. They ain't never wrestled. They ain't never
The
paid their
Performance
dues.
Center, yeah.
Performance Center. They ain't never paid their dues. If you want to bring these guys in, take them off the indies like we used to. Bring them to the Performance Center. Teach them whatever you want. They still have that background.
Right.
Right? And then you take them up there. Some of these guys, I'm sorry, you never wrestled. You never paid your dues. You suck. You can tell.
Right, and you can tell
right.
with the crowd because you can't get over.
You can't get over. Look, I mean, damn, you got to be like certain people to book a show. And I'm gonna shut up. I ain't gonna say nothing. Just going to the next thing.
The funny thing is, Mark has a face like
Yes.
LeGrand right now.
I have the face of LeGrand because we're 47 minutes into the show. We went off topic 25 times. Let me just end it
But
with
we're
this.
allowed to talk about whatever we want to, so shut up.
Let me end it with this. Dan's fantasy,
Yes. Yes.
Gemini's fantasy. I liked what Frankie said because the fact is that
Yes.
that would be different. We all know it's going to be Brock versus Lesnar. They've been aiming for that
Brock
for a
versus
year.
Lesnar?
Brock versus Lesnar at WrestleMania. That's where
the
they're
same
going.
Brock versus
Same
Lesnar.
name.
You retard.
Brock versus Reigns. I'm sorry. Brock versus Reigns. Well, it's so monotonous. It's,
And
you know,
I'm tired of Roman
it
Reigns.
might as well be the same
Oh
name.
my
It's the
God.
same. It's
It is.
monotony. They've been going towards that for over a year. We all know it's
How
coming.
much of
I
a gimmick
love
would that be that like Brock looks in a mirror and sees himself
All
and
right.
gets angry, starts like
So
trying
God
to fight
forbid,
himself? That would
listen
be
to
great.
two jabronis talk for 48 minutes and I lost my train of thought. So the fact is that
we get back
it's
to
going
square
to be
one?
Reigns versus Lesnar. Okay, we all know what's going to happen. So I'm holding out hope that someone like Shinsuke wins and challenges AJ at WrestleMania. They need something like that because there has to be two world title main events.
Yeah.
They're going with Brock versus Reigns. I got it right.
No, it's gonna be
They
Ziggler
need
versus AJ.
Shinsuke.
It's gonna be Ziggler versus AJ. I'm telling you.
You think Ziggler's going to
Well,
go for
that's
the
only
US title
because
though?
that's only because Gemini wants to share the payday of his wife.
Jeez.
alimony.
That might be
Alimony.
so. I don't leave the room right now.
Wow.
Yeah,
But
shout
they
out
can always
to,
go,
shout out
you
to
know,
Cindy Gregory. I don't
Another
know
route
if
they're
she
going to try, like I'm hearing rumors about. They could bring in Batista.
No,
No,
he sucks.
I don't think he's going to do it.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you
think
why.
he will.
Last time he was here, when he was coming out there, to me it was total disrespect. He came out there with those sneakers on. He
Oh,
looked like
yeah.
a damn. He looked like a damn retard. Now his last match, just so everyone knows, I can always say that before he went to WWE was with us. We were at LWF, Lethal Weapon. He came in there big time and wanted to do a hardcore match. Got fucked up. I'm just saying, he wasn't ready for this. It was us and the Bounty Hunters. He wasn't ready like this, you know. But he was a great guy. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But I think he's into more than acting. He doesn't want to wrestle. You can tell.
That's a smart
it's-
move, though.
Yeah, but he got
Yeah.
screwed over the last time he was here. 'Cause-
Dude, he
because-
came out with
because-
sneakers on.
I understand that.
That's
And
total
I'm not
disrespect.
saying that. Look, I'm not saying that the direction that they ended up going wasn't better.
He wasn't
We
even
all-
Batista.
We all wanted Daniel Bryan in that spot, and the fans made Vince change the main event of WrestleMania from Orton and Batista to the triple threat. But he got screwed over. He was promised a world title run, and he didn't get it.
Listen, as a worker, okay, you're a worker. You've been in the business for a long time. You look over and see that's the right thing to do. Sometimes you got to bite the bullet. That ego thing needs to go.
I understand that.
and that's what's best. You're getting paid. He got paid a lot of money.
I'm not arguing that.
Okay,
What I'm
sometimes
saying
you
is
just gotta be
you're
like,
being-
okay, we'll do this, and you bring me in next time. You throw me a bone, take care of me.
Look,
That's all to it.
We're here doing this show, okay? We don't get paid for this. We're doing this because we love the business.
Oh,
We're
Dan
doing it
gives you
because we
money.
love what we do. Dan's going to tell you, hey, I'm going to buy you a Wawa hoagie for showing up. And then he doesn't deliver the hoagie. Well, you're going to do it anyway because you're a fan of the show. Batista still did his run, but he was promised a world title run, and he didn't get
But
it.
like you're saying, but the fans make what wrestling is. Sometimes, like we just talked about, when Samoa Joe came out, they had to push Samoa Joe because he was so over. In that instance, with Daniel Bryan, he was just it. He was the it thing at the time. You had to. That's all to it. And like I said, Batista as a worker,
There you go.
you look at that and be like, damn, okay, I understand. I don't like it. Can you throw me a couple extra dollars? Look, because you promised me this.
Right.
But as a worker, to me, it's the look, we did shows. Frank will tell you, I'm supposed to be the champ. I was like, okay, I'll put this guy. I didn't care.
No.
I didn't even want the damn thing. I wanted to go home early. But it's all about the show itself.
Right.
You know, WWE makes a whole lot of money.
Yes, they do.
But you continue to make the money because you got to give the people what they want.
Correct.
That's all to it.
That's what it comes down to.
At the end of the day,
At the
Well,
end
you
of
know
the
what?
day.
Here's the problem. Though. When we say to give the people what they want, the only problem is that they have, like, they nurtured their own talent out
Yeah.
of the performance center. They also nurtured their own fans. In a
Yeah,
sense.
but like we
the
talked about
sheep.
earlier.
I
There are
refer to them
so
as
many,
sheep.
No, shut with your sheep. There are
You're
so many
you're
different
the leader of the
versions
sheep right
what-
now.
There are so many different versions of what the fans want. That's the problem. You're so many diverse directions with what the fans want.
Bull.
No,
When
there's
you
no
go to
bull.
an arena, you can tell what the fans want when the worker comes out.
Look,
I agree with Mark on a couple of things about that. I mean, I think part
Did you
of the
consistently
country.
agree with me?
For the first time, listen. I know I'm not supposed to do that. You know, it's like
What did I tell you
I'm
about
saying
that?
law,
I'm-
but-
I'm telling Monique, but go ahead.
you got suplex you.
There it is.
right here. No, but I gotta say, like parts of the country, like the Northeast and Chicago area, they want the real talent. Like you could get John Cena over, like in Florida,
Yeah.
or like
like
Arizona.
like you like Philadelphia, you're right. We
Right,
know.
right, but
But
right,
you know
like in
another
Philadelphia-
prediction. I don't want to cut you off.
Yeah.
Because you know he's not doing anything right now, and you haven't heard anything.
Who's that?
I think they're willing to bring back CM Punk at this point.
I
would
think
love
they
it.
are.
That
and
would
and
be,
what a coup that would be.
I think I would have an orgasm right here if I
and
did
let me
that.
tell you something. They brought him into the Royal Rumble.
Okay, you can go. Listen, hold on.
all over your face.
Just so you know, me and Frankie don't play that.
No.
But you can call Vinny Hoffa. I heard. But go ahead.
Yeah, we
Wow,
I don't
again.
we hung at Brownies, not there.
You're saying I dodged a bullet.
Look, I heard a story. I heard stories. No.
You ain't kidding.
All right,
I
we're not-
heard 'em.
We shot a lot on this show. So I'm just saying. We went way over.
That's okay.
Only
It's a good
23
show though.
minutes.
It's a season 1 or season 3, episode 1. Craziness. We didn't have LeGrand here, and that's why we went over because he's the voice of reason.
I got
Because
the
he always
next
sit.
couple.
Yeah, doesn't he always sit there and go? It's time.
It's time.
Shut up, LeGrand.
I got things to
Take
do.
your ass. Stay home. Look.
This cigar is not.
Oh
gonna
wait, he's
smoke
training, right?
Training.
This
That's all
cigar
in
is not
mind,
going to
though.
smoke
That's not
itself.
I ain't scared
Well,
of him either.
LeGrand, we look forward to having you back on the show.
Yeah, get better soon.
Get better soon yet. Actually, we kid around with LeGrand. LeGrand's actually home with the flu, and he had 102 fever. Actually, so
that's
yeah.
my man.
Yeah, so it takes a lot.
You guys sit there.
He apologized that he could
but you
not
want to
come
sit
the
there
show.
and lie. You know you got genital warts.
Oh.
But go ahead.
Oh, give me-
Gemini Gregory.
Yes, Gemini. I didn't.
Gemini, he gives you that smile. He ain't happy to see you. I was just like that.
I know.
That shoot's coming.
I know.
The cool thing is the voices are very identifiable when you listen on the radio. But
Only if I talk like Dan.
yeah. Okay. Well, you say all these things. You talk Batista and this, but we're talking about this.
All right, we can take it home now.
Oh, stop it. So anyway, a lot of predictions. By the time this airs, this is going to be airing on Tuesday, the 23rd. Okay. This is when this is going to be up and running. So when you're listening to this today, this will be up. The Royal Rumble will be this following weekend, coming up. Big weekend because you have NXT TakeOver on Saturday. You have Royal Rumble, which I'm going to. I spent an exorbitant amount of fucking money on those tickets to go to the Royal Rumble with the kids and my nieces and nephews and stuff like that. Then you have Raw and you have SmackDown.
Wow.
So it's a big WWE weekend.
NXT Takeover's in Philly, right?
Yeah, that's all. The whole thing is.
That's right.
across the board.
whole week.
And then Saturday night
Icons of Wrestling.
Icons of Wrestling, which is a huge Icons of Wrestling, obviously because of WWE
Hey, you know
weekend.
something we didn't talk about, guys? We have to do a show on. I actually watched the mixed tag team. On
Did you
Facebook.
watch it? I didn't watch it. So.
Yeah, it was kind of good.
Was it good? I gotta. I gotta check it out and then we'll
I'm
talk
gonna have to
about
check it
it.
out.
It
Yeah.
was very entertaining to watch.
Hopefully it's on YouTube. I'm gonna see if I can.
It's on Facebook. You
Is it
just
on
pull it up on
Facebook? Just put
Facebook.
up-
It's
is it-
Facebook. It's a Facebook event.
Oh, it's a Facebook.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because I did want to watch it and stuff like that, and I hadn't. But Icons of Wrestling. Tim Embler, who runs Icons of Wrestling, does a great job with that. He's got.
Yeah, hey Tim.
He's got the classic Four Horsemen.
Dude, with Luger. Like Luger's gonna be there too.
Is Luger going to be
Yeah.
there?
Luger's gonna be there. Orndorff's gonna be there.
Wonder
Yes.
Doom is gonna be there. Ron Simmons and Butch Reed.
Yes.
I think Mongo McMichael's gonna be there.
Mongo
I wanna
McMichael.
see him.
Yeah,
The Killer Bees. Killer Bees are going to
Right?
be there.
It's gonna be.
It's a
who's who.
huge. It's
Yeah.
huge. It's going. I don't know if they're going to have room for people to walk in. It looks that packed. But the
Oh, and I heard,
Horsemen. But the
Virgil's
Horsemen.
there.
It's Flair, Anderson, Blanchard, and Wyndham, which is the only true version of the Horsemen as far as if you're going to say perfection of the Four Horsemen. It's those four guys right there. I think they're like $300 for a picture op
What?
for the four of them together.
Shit.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
brutal.
Because we said we wanted to go, and I said I don't know if I want to go that much.
Where's the
I can take a picture out with my action figure set that I got of the
Look, I'll
Four
give you, look. It
Same
might
set.
be worth 100.
Well, they're trying to get 75 each.
That's all right.
We'll be lucky if Blanchard shows
Someone needs to
up.
pay for that hotel.
Blanchard will
Yeah.
be there.
I'm sure he will. He was
I got
supposed to be
my
at another
pictures
one, and he
for free.
didn't.
I
back
got my
out, so.
pictures for free.
The one that we were at, because we were at Icons of Wrestling. Remember, we were a vendor there,
that's
and
right.
Blanchard was supposed to be there. And
Oh,
he
that's
backed
right. He
out, and he
backed
backed
out.
out.
Yeah.
So hopefully he's there. Tim Embler does a great job. Tim Embler, hats off to you, buddy. You do a great job with this.
Good luck.
Good luck with that. And then House of Hardcore that night? No?
I believe so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is that
Because
night.
he's usually
I
with
did see that.
Icons,
That's
right?
at night. Yeah.
So there's a lot going on next weekend.
Yeah, but I feel bad for Tommy going up against NXT.
And I'm got to just prepare for Royal Rumble because I spend it.
Especially now.
But you know
I'll be
what?
back
I
home.
don't want to cut Mark off real quick. You're saying that, but the true South Philly people.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
They'll
There'll
be
be a
there.
House of Hardcore.
But I mean, and House of Hardcore always sells out.
Yeah, but NXT.
The
you're
last
right.
show that they did, which was on Twitch, I had to say I wasn't impressed with. It's not that they didn't try; they tried very hard.
But I'll tell you
I
that-
just think that when you're working with the talent, that you're basically taking talent that's signed elsewhere to see when they're available. And I think that last show they
Yeah.
just didn't have the availability.
It was the hand. It was the hands they were dealt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
really looking for a rebound this week. But when if you tell the average fan, hey, let's go to the arena and see Tommy Dreamer, or let's go to the Wells Fargo and see NXT, I think 99.9% are going to go to
Right.
NXT.
Yeah, but the real hardcore fans will go too.
No,
I need
yeah,
somebody to
absolutely.
go to the arena though. Mark, you do this because you're good at this. Go down there and get Tommy Dreamer to get on the show.
You got it. I can do that.
Yeah, he's
I'm a
actually
sell- I'm a
he
sell
actually
fan.
knows us and
Yeah.
stopped by our stand and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I just don't have a way to get a hold of him. I
He
want
was
him on the
cool,
show. He is cool. Yeah, I want him on the show.
Worked
So
him
Mark,
too.
make that
No,
happen.
worked
got
him,
it.
worked him too.
See what I'm saying? But wow, we went like an hour.
Okay.
That's great stuff. That's great
Didn't see.
radio.
It really didn't see.
Yeah,
it.
well, it was a lot to talk about.
It
A lot
was.
to talk about. Guys,
I could do this
we
all
got
day.
2018. Hopefully, is going to be a really great time. It's one of those years now where I think we have so much uncertain scenarios. I don't know that we're predicting stuff as easily as we could going into 18 because there's so much things going on with the NWA coming up, with Impact changing what they're doing, with the WWE going through a transitional stage that they're doing. There's so much going on. ROH is going through a transitional stage. You know, there's so much things going on, and you know, cap it off with Wrestle Kingdom, which just says, hey, this is what wrestling's supposed to be. And boom, you're done. You know what I mean? It's just great.
And just to get back to WWE, I think Vince is starting to take a back seat.
I hope so.
I really do.
I think it's time.
And I think, believe it or not, they said Shane has a lot more power. They said backstage.
Really?
They said the Son, but without Triple H, it ain't ever going to be shit. So
Right.
I hope they can coexist.
Yeah.
I think they would.
I really do. I hope they can coexist. Well, money makes anybody coexist.
That's
But
right.
I really do hope they change the format to make it more realistic instead of this cartoonish thing.
Yeah.
Like I think it should be, and I think you'll have a
I think the NXT format should go across
NXT
the board.
format
That's
should be
what's
across
going
the
NXT
board.
is 1 hour versus 3 of Raw.
Yeah.
That
They're
They're not going to
3 hour
give
Raw
up
stuff-
3 hours, though.
You need to. I know they won't
No,
because
Raw-
USA Network won't let them, but you need to.
I would go 2
But
hours.
at this
By the way.
point, though, because you figure 2 hours
Raw should be just
traditionally
2
for
hours.
years, and then 3 hours, they're never going to go down to 1 hour at all.
Well, that's
but,
not
Raw should just
WWE.
be
That's
2
that's
hours.
USA. That's
but here we go.
what
We're at the 1 hour mark.
Are
We
we
had a
trying to
great
wrap it
show.
up?
We're wrapping it up. Season 3, Episode 1. Hope everybody loves it. Check us out on thatwaycoolwrestlingshow.com. Go on Facebook, That Way Cool Wrestling Show. Share it to your friends. If you go on the thatwaycoolwrestlingshow.com, you can see the videos. You can listen to the podcast. We're on Google Play Music. We're on Apple Podcast. We're on Overcast, and we're on Rocket Podcast, which I haven't tried the other two.
I'm a rocket man.
Yes. So we're getting out there. We're getting more and more podcast formats. You can hear it right in the car. Great thing. And season 1 has been converted to podcast format. So now you can actually listen to the show right in your car. We had a lot of great things, tag teams, gimmicks. We had so many great shows on season 1. But we're in season 3
I really
now,
enjoyed
guys.
season 1.
Season 1 was great. Thank you. I appreciate that. And we get a lot of feedback from that. Season 2, we were really good. There you go. And then go from there. But here's the deal. Join us here. We're going to have these shows out. I always put them on Facebook and stuff like that. Share it. Thanks to Canon Entertainment Studios for hosting us here every month as they do it. And remember, you check them out at canonentertainment.com. Until next time, and once again, shouts out to LeGrand from all of us here. Till next time, my name is Danny J, along with Charles Gemini Gregory, Mad Mark Lindsay, and our guest host here, Frankie Frizzo in the house. Till next time, we'll see you at the matches. Goodbye, everybody.
The proceeding was produced by DJB Productions. Go to